Happy Aloha Friday, everybody, and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm Chad Owens. And yeah, today I'm rocking that Rough Rider red and gold. Shout out to Roosevelt. Got my alma mater here repping every single show, in case you didn't notice. Look, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and as always, we've got a very exciting show for you. I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors, Mercedes-Benz of Honolulu, Windows Hawaii, Hawaiian Telecom, and Long's Drugs for making this show possible. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump on in to the CO2 Rundown. And into the NFL we go. You know, we're going to recap the Packers-49ers game quickly here. Packers dominated the Niners 34-17. As expected, I called it. You know, the Niners are $80 million in injured reserve. That's the amount of money they got sitting on the sidelines, and that's pretty much done for the year. So they got an uphill battle the rest of the way. Aaron Rodgers looked like an MVP. He tossed 4 touchdown passes. They're now 6-2 and looking strong going into this part of the season. And look, going into this weekend, I'm excited for a few games. Number one, obviously, Miami Dolphins taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm looking forward to seeing Tua in his second start, you know, seeing the adjustments he makes. You know, going after that game, film review. You know, they won the game, but there's always lessons to be learned in wins and losses. And I'm looking forward to seeing Tua come out in his second game against a very, 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 I guess I'm going to say upward trending Arizona Cardinals team who look like a really, I'm not just going to say a playoff contender, but a Super Bowl contender in my opinion. Kyler Murray's playing like a seasoned vet in year 2. They got the GOAT on that side as well with Larry Fitzgerald, and league-leading receiver DeAndre Hopkins is doing his thing. He's Mr. Consistent. I'm looking forward to seeing that battle. 2 young quarterbacks, right? Tua, Kyler Murray, going at it again as they did in college. I believe they played each other in college as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look, Antonio Brown. AB is back in the game. He's back in the league. And look, I'm happy for AB. You know, I think everyone goes through things in life, and it's unfortunate. You know, he went from being the top guy to just plummeting. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he's got another chance. I hope he, you know, just focuses on playing ball, right? If he does that, because he is an elite receiver, and I believe he still possesses the skills to be an elite receiver in the NFL because of his work ethic. So he's definitely bringing that skill to a already powerful Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. Tom Brady is showing that, look, he was the reason why the Patriots were so good. So I'm looking forward to seeing that action this weekend. Do me a favor, let me know your thoughts in the comments about, you know, all of what I talked about. Tua, how did he do in the first game? What would you like to see him do more? I want to see them throw the ball more. Hopefully their defense continues to get more turnovers, but I want him to get more offensive snaps. You want to see him doing his thing. And look, that's it for the NFL. That's it for this segment. Let's move on over to the second quarter. The NBA player reps approved a deal to start the NBA season on December 22nd. That's right around the corner. Again, this is for the 2020-2021 season, and it's going to be a 72 game regular season. Now, look, this is going to hurt, I think, the Lakers, the Heat, and some of these playoff teams that went deep, that played a lot of games towards the stretch. I mean, that's not enough of an offseason. I'm sorry. I'm a former athlete. You need that break. You need a time to recover, not just physically, but mentally. But here's the interesting thing. That whole TV deal There's going to be a Christmas, I believe, Christmas Day games. That whole schedule is slated to bring in a revenue to the league and players anywhere from, they said, between $500 million and $1 billion. Yeah, it's a money game, and I'm pretty sure with the lost revenue of this past season due to the COVID pandemic, they're trying to recoup that as quickly as possible. So, look, I hope the players are going to be safe. I hope they're going to be healthy, because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That's what's important. But hey, congratulations, they approved it. Basketball will be back very soon. Oh, sorry, I was just horsing around. Actually, speaking of horses, the fields are set for this weekend's Breeders' Cup horse race. This race is a huge deal in the horse racing world. It's in Kentucky. And look, Uncle Chuck, Auntie Ronnie, I know you guys are out there. You guys love horse racing. I've always wanted to go and enjoy that with you guys. But I hope you guys enjoy it. And I know it's going to be from a different perspective this time, because there will be no fans in the stands due to the pandemic. As you guys know, horse racing, there's a lot of money involved, right? And I had an opportunity to go to a few horse races while in Canada, which was a unique experience. And it is what it is, as what you guys see, the fancy hats, I don't know what you call it. It's just super, super fancy. It's different. It's a different vibe. It's a different energy. It's a high level energy, if you know what I mean. But no, it's not allowed. So I'm looking at it from the jockey's perspective, maybe even the horses. I know they got their blinders on, so maybe it's not that big deal for the horses, but for the jockey, I don't know, that's your game day. That's your thing. So I'm, wondering how they're going to respond to no people in the stands, no fans in the stands. So you guys can tune in this weekend, this Saturday. And guys, with that is it for the second quarter. And going into halftime, we've got a very, very special guest, a friend of mine. I consider him a friend now that we got to hang out on this day. Also, we got to share the lineup out at Pipeline. Guys, Jeff Hubbard, he's the GOAT of bodyboarding. He is a world champion. He's got so many crowns. That's why I just call him the GOAT. He is, when I was talking to him, I said, Jeff, man, you remind me of myself, the way I played the game of football. Not recklessly, but sort of fast, quick, stylish, like explosive. And that's how he is as a bodyboarder. His game is speed, airs, tricks, he's phenomenal. And I got an opportunity to sit down with Jeff and get some tips on bodyboarding. Let's check it out. And you level up.
It's all, yeah.
And then you become the complete player, and you got it all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a long ways from being a complete bodyboarder, but you know what? This is an epic step in that direction. So shout out to Jeff Hubbard. We're about to hit V-Land. I'm ready to roll, bro.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go. bro,
Got
it was unreal. Shacked. I didn't quite catch the air you were catching, but look, baby steps.
Yeah, you're drawing good lines.
Yeah.
I was stoked to see the lines you're drawing.
Yeah,
Good.
it was fun.
Cool.
It was fun. So look, man, like, I know we talked on the walk back to the car, but like, was it in college that you decided that this is what you're gonna do?
Yep, it was in college, like, because I was going to school for business when I was a kid, and then like I didn't, you know, when you're young, you have no idea what you really want to do, and I was like, I want to do something in the surf industry. It sounded fun, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know, I was getting pretty good at going to contests and had to take my brothers, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at this. I was like, oh, let's try and do this. Like, and then all of a sudden my friends, Chris Burkhardt was giving me some tips and like telling me like how to do it, how to become a pro, and I was like, oh, I felt like I could actually like do this, and so it was something like I full on pursued it, and just like, okay, gotta stop college and really give this a try. You know, you couldn't really do half and half because it's not going to work. So you just had to go full on into it, and it worked. It was something you know, if you have so much passion for something, you're going to make it work 100%.
Yeah, all in.
All
right?
in.
You decided, you know what, I gotta put all my effort, all my focus, everything I got, every ounce of me into this.
Exactly. And
take me back to your first contest you entered, and how old were you, and like, did you win the contest, and like your first contest you won, like that feeling?
The feeling, yeah, first contest, I think I did it. I went to my friend's house in Molokai. One of my best friends moved to Molokai, so I went there, and he was already like a surfer that was pretty good at doing contests. So he's like, oh, let's enter this contest. So I was like, okay, I want to enter a contest. This will be fun. I'm okay at bodyboarding. So I like did the contest, and I won the contest. So I was like, oh, this is
so you
cool.
won your first contest ever entered?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, and you learn, but it's like with anything, you learn how to compete, and you have to learn that skill. But it was like pretty exciting to go and do it for the first time as a kid. And I was in high school. I didn't start super young. I was in high school, maybe a sophomore, maybe in high school when I did my first contest. So
wow.
So I didn't start too young. I started kind of a late bloomer, getting into the scene. I mean, I was bodyboarding from like, you know, 5th, 6th grade, like kind of getting into it. You know, my friends, that peer group you're in, like that peer pressure, like going to the beach with your friends, going and doing it, learning, and like seeing the magazines, getting all amped. But then like I didn't really get like full into it like until like kind of high school. And then high school definitely became part of my identity as like a person. Like, this is what I am. I'm a bodyboarder. Like, this is what I'd like to do. I would associate me and bodyboarding together. There's a natural connection anyone would make with me.
Yeah, and bro, I mean, it was meant to be, because fast forward, all the crowns. I mean, you've got so many crowns, so many titles, so many, you know, wins under your belt, traveling the world, surfing different spots. What's that like, and what's your favorite spot to bodyboard at?
It's a blessing being able to travel. I was always able to, you know, my parents always wanted to have me travel and stuff, so it was really cool. I traveled from a kind of a young age because my mom was from the East Coast, so we'd kind of go back a little bit and see her family when we were young. So like, it wasn't something new for me to do as traveling, but man, it was full on. Like, I loved it, like something I really embraced, and you know, seeing all those different cultures around the world, and you get to see how lucky you really are growing up in Hawaii, like what you got. And my dad would always say, like, we don't have to go anywhere to surf. Like, you live in the best place in the world to surf. Like, and I wouldn't really believe him. And then as soon as I started traveling, I believed him. Like, yeah, Hawaii's definitely the best. It's my favorite for sure. And I mean, but besides traveling to Hawaii, you know, Tahiti is probably just amazing because it's so similar to Hawaii.
That wave, though.
So if I can, Chopu and all those waves are just so heavy and beautiful and iconic, and it's just in one of those amazing places to go and do and experience. And the culture, the people are so like authentic, and they have that just aloha vibe that you find here in Hawaii. So you feel like instant connection to, you know, the ohana there, that they just welcome you with open arms. So it's like, it's so fitting that it's, you know, it's just, it seems like it's part of Hawaii like 60 years ago, because it's still like so a little more laid back. It's great.
I've looked at your career, obviously looked at how you've come up. Myself being a pro, someone that's made it to the pinnacle, you've made it to the top. Question though, are you done competing?
No,
I'd
love to, you know, I still compete whenever I can. I'd love to go, you know, it's like nothing else. You get that passion for it. If I could do it, I'd going to do it for us in my life. You know, it's something you want to do, and it's just at some point like traveling the world and competing on the world tour. It's like the sacrifices you have to give up. Sometimes those outweigh the, you know, the personal, you know, the family and those things. You just it takes over, and you have to like put the family first.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if I could take my family with me, maybe I'd love to do that. Like go on a trip for the, you know, the year and just dedicate a time to the tour. I'd love to do that. It's something. Why not? But it's family dictated. You know, my decisions are made based on my family instead of based on me. It's because surfing is such bodyboarding is so like, it's so selfish. It's a selfish pursuit. It's like the most selfish pursuit because it's you wanting to catch waves. It's like all about you. Yeah. So it's like you gotta.
I can relate, bro.
Yeah.
I can relate. Yeah. I mean, football. You know, it's just the same. Athletic, it's like I gotta like. Yeah. There's a lot. I'm glad you said that. Not a lot of people understand that you have to be selfish as an athlete.
Yeah. You do.
To be successful.
Yeah. That's it.
That's just what it is. That's part of the sacrifice you make. And I guess I'll roll into your family like. You know, becoming a father, husband, like getting that family, like what did that do for you, and how did that change, sort of, I guess the game for you? How did that change the game?
It definitely like opened my eyes like to the fact like, oh, I'm gonna be like, you know, when I learned I was gonna be a father, like it was like right before like the Fronton contest, and I was like, you know, I had a chance to, you know, win a world title. You know, I was against this other guy, and it was up down to both of us, and you know, it was gonna be, you know, just so it like kind of woke me up like, oh, you know, it's kind of a shocking revelation to have like the night before you go compete, you know, in like some big heavy crazy surf. You know, it definitely like changed my approach, and I mean and it had nothing to do with whether the fact I didn't win the world title that year. But it was interesting to have that like being in my mindset that day. You know.
Wow. All right. We just got through smashing that.
Smashed that Sunrise Shack.
Oh, shout out to Sunrise Shack over here, right across Sunset. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, man, so much you've accomplished, so much you've done, so much. Now, you know, you've taken all of that, and now you're giving back. You have hub boards, like you've created a brand for yourself. What does that mean? What does your brand mean to you? Like, what are you able to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, the vehicle that we've created is just being able to kind of give back. You know, you can do things to give back to the sport we love. I mean, obviously we're trying to make the best products we can, and that's like foremost. But at the same time, because we're making these products, we can help, you know, sponsor kids. We can do events, and we can, you know, it keeps us in the water, keeps us focused on what's going on with the industry and what's going on with the community, the bodyboarding community, because the community itself is just so tight and so awesome. It's just a nice little, just I don't know, just like look at us, just connected. Jackie Booter, you know, all-time bodyboarder. Oh, you guys get together. Okay, let's do it. It's just so simple. It's just that nice. You don't really get that in too many other sports where everything's so interconnected, and so it's I don't know, it's something that
even in other businesses, it's different.
Exactly.
It's so competitive.
Yeah.
You almost, you know, but now the ability to collaborate and to come together and to take your brand of what you've done in bodyboarding, now it's about the community, it's about the kids, it's about building relationships, it's about
and having fun. That's what our sport
having
is about.
fun.
You know, the bottom line, bodyboarding is fun. So it's the vehicle to like, how do we make it more fun? Okay, if we can make the best boards and best, you know, fin tethers, fins, whatever, that's going to help someone have more fun in the water. So that's like kind of the purpose of everything is like, what's going to drive more fun for someone. And so that's how can we like perpetuate it too? Like, okay, you can, you know, do some, you know, I run a couple contests, so yeah, running more contests, you know, sponsoring the kids, like kind of all that, just like it's all full circle. It's great to be able to have that.
Yeah, no. And I look at you, you're having a blast out there. I mean, the things that you're doing on the bodyboard, bro, I've told you, it reminds me of me playing ball.
Yeah,
like,
running as fast as you can, just going,
getting hit, everything, spinning, breaking off, boom, like it's exciting.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, surfing, bodyboarding, everyone has their style, right? And bro, I think a lot of people love your style. Kids love your style, and I think that's exciting. That's what gets them
Get some
Man,
motivated.
I want to be like Hub. I want Air Hub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Air Hub, man. Just, oh, it's crazy. I'm gonna show some clips, man. It's epic stuff that you're doing. But look, man, I appreciate you today.
Thanks,
I appreciate
Chad.
you taking
This
time
is
out away from your family. You know, and spending time with me today and showing me some things out there, some tips.
This is the fun stuff. That's what's part of bodybuilding, is the community. It's fun. You know, this is fun for me today. This isn't work. This is awesome. This is cool. You get to hang out with your friends, talk about bodyboarding, which I love to do. Can't talk about that all day, every day.
Yeah, every day. But right on, man. Well, appreciate you so much, man. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Chad. That was
Continue
awesome.
grinding, continue inspiring, and bro, we're gonna do this again.
Oh, guarantee. We're gonna go bodyboard again.
Bro,
100%.
again, lots more.
Yeah.
Winter just begun.
I know.
It's not even
Stay
here
tuned.
yet.
No, it's not even really here yet. We have some more pipeline sessions coming. It's gonna be cool.
Ooh, that's a wave I gotta learn
Next
more
week,
about.
let's do it again next week.
Man, huge mahalo, Jeff. Thank you so much again for that experience, man. And you guys seen it, man. Just a kid from Kauai who grew up, believed in himself, had a dream to do something, had a passion for bodyboarding, and decided, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I want to do. And now he's providing for, you know, these kids and the youth through his Hub Boards brand that he created, him and his brother, to give kids an opportunity. He's sponsoring kids. You know, as a young kid in that game, right? And bodyboarding, when you get that sponsorship, any athlete, if you get a sponsorship, it just boosts your motivation, your confidence. So he's instilling confidence in kids. He's rewarding kids for what they're doing, you know. And Jeff, congratulations, man, on all the success. And I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the lineup again. And yeah, thanks again for showing me how to properly wax my board. So look, mahalo again, Jeff. Thank you so much. And man, shout out to Sunrise Shack as well. We're there. Unbelievable grinds. If you guys are ever on the North Shore, trust me, go check out Sunrise Shack. Amazing coffees, food, just a dope vibe. Guys, with that, let's jump on in to the third quarter. My good friend Steven Tsai has his weekly game day report, pre-game report in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Make sure you guys check it out. He's talking about UH versus New Mexico, obviously, this week. It's going to be a bounce-back week. It needs to be a bounce-back week for the boys. And he's talking about, you know, New Mexico's offense versus Hawaii's defense, Hawaii's offense versus New Mexico's defense. Normal statistical comparisons, but he's saying the difference will be New Mexico rookie head coach. I know that's a tough job, especially being a rookie head coach in this pandemic time, traveling to Hawaii, having a practice in Vegas, all the adversity that they have to go through. And look, I get it. Even as a rookie head coach, you're telling your boys, look, we're not making excuses for ourselves. This is part of it. We're going to deal with it. We're going to overcome adversity, all that stuff, right? That's the positive reinforcement you give your guys. But hey, look, they come into Hawaii. The boys, we ball at home. We got to do that. And I think we're fired up, man. I know we're fired up. We have to bounce back from that game in Wyoming. I know Coach Graham got them boys going. I'm pretty sure they had a really good week of practice. Being home after being on the road for, you know, those couple of weeks, I know it feels nice. I've been there, done that. So again, we're happy to see these boys back home. I'm looking forward to getting my cardboard cut out in the stands. Be on the lookout for that. And I hope you guys are doing that as well. Get yourself in the stands. Give these guys as much support as you can. I talked about it before. The fans was the difference. For me, it was. You guys, while I played here, was the difference for me. Your energy, that stadium, the crowd, it was a difference. It makes a huge difference. So, look, let's do what we can. Get a cutout cardboard of yourself, get in the stands, show them some love, and support any which way we can. Tune into the game. Looking forward to it. Check out Steven Tsai's article today in the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Let's finish strong in the fourth. Let's go. There's been a lot of things happening in the college football world this year, obviously due to the pandemic. So, look, here's a stat for you. There has been 44 games either canceled or postponed so far this year due to the pandemic. And it's potentially, right, they're saying potentially could get worse. And the one that hurts a lot for us here locally was the Washington and California game that was ruled a no contest on Thursday because of this pandemic. Look, it's been a struggle for the Pac-12 this year, but that's expected. This is all a learning curve, right? Everyone's in this thing together. I'm just happy to see that they're finding ways to make it work. It's got to. We need football. And I'm just going to come out and say this, like, we can't be afraid of this thing. We can't do that. Right? Let's not be afraid of it. Let's, abide by some rules. Let's find ways to make it work because, people need sports. Kids need sports. That's part of life. You need that, right? And we want that, especially here in Hawaii. We need that. I've said it many a times already. So look, let's continue to pull together. Let's continue to figure this thing out. Everybody, kokua, do your thing, stick to the rules. Just stay clean, and let's just continue to do our part and control what we can control. And look, at the end of the day, everyone will be healthier, happier, because football is on. And guys, that is it for today's CO2 Rundown. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Another huge mahalo to Brother Jeff Hubbard for being part of the show. That day was epic, man. VLAN. Wow, what a spot. Thank you so much, brother. And a huge thank you to again to our sponsors, Mercedes-Benz of Honolulu, Windows Hawaii, Hawaiian Telcom, and Long's Drugs. Guys, have yourself a blessed weekend. Go do something fun. I know, elections was going on, it's crazy. That's probably the talk of the town, the talk of every household. Look, put all that aside, right? Put the social media to the side. Do something fun with your loved ones, with your family this weekend. And if you're just by yourself, go do something fun by yourself. Go enjoy some self-time. And look, enjoy the weekend. Again, I'll see you all on Monday. Aloha.